Hello everyone, right here, and today I'm going to be doing my June 2022 monthly haul video, and I got quite a bit, so I'm going to be trying to get through this as quick as possible, because I don't want to be here all day. And we're going to start with what Miranda sent me. Miranda sent me 6 titles, so let's go through them. And she sent me a DVD, 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag. This movie was actually brought to my attention from another channel. I can't really remember. It's not someone I watch all the time. It's just occasionally. And they recommended this movie as being pretty funny. I watched it, and yeah, it is pretty funny. I wouldn't say too funny, though. It's not like the greatest comedy in the world, but it did have its moments. The best moments, in my opinion, had to do with David Spade and Joe Pesci. The two of them were pretty damn funny in this movie, so yeah, 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag. Not the funniest thing in the world, but I enjoyed it for what it was. This was an upgrade, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I had this on DVD. Miranda sent me this Blu-ray, so this is going to... What are you doing? Cinder was messing with my light. So as I was saying, I had this on DVD, but Miranda sent me the Blu-ray, so this is going to be replacing that copy. I did see this movie. It's alright for what it is. I mean, it's nothing special, but I like it enough for the collection. Miranda also sent me Madagascar. Madagascar, this is a movie I've watched quite a few times, more than I'd probably like to admit. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but it does have its moments. And yeah, it's a pretty good family-friendly film. So yeah, add it to the collection. The Mustang. I haven't watched this movie yet, but this is a movie I've been really wanting to see. I heard a lot of great things about it. I think it's based on a true story. I could be wrong about that, but I could have sworn I've heard that this movie is based on a true story. It's about this man who was sent to prison, and he goes through some kind of rehabilitation program where they bring animals into, the prison, and he got really attached to this Mustang. So yeah, it seems really cool, so I want to be checking this out. Secondhand Lions. This movie is phenomenal. I have not seen it in years, but I remember the first time I watched this, and this movie is really, really, really good. I've always wanted it for the collection, but I've never found it on Blu-ray. But Miranda was nice enough to get it off of my Amazon wish list. So yeah, Secondhand Lions. I highly recommend this movie. If you've never seen Secondhand Lions, it's about this little boy who's played by Haley Joel Osment, and he is sent to go live with his uncles, which are right there. They're played by Michael Caine and Robert Duvall, and he's sent to live with them on this farm that they own and everything, because his mother's kind of a deadbeat mother. And in the movie, he learns about his uncle's pasts and, like, how they became the way that they are and everything. And in the process, they buy this lion, which they were going to hunt, but then this lion got really attached to the little boy, and they ended up keeping her as a pet. But yeah, it's a really good movie. You should watch it if you have never seen it. This is a movie I haven't seen yet, but it was on my Amazon wish list, so Miranda was nice enough to grab it for me. I haven't heard too many great things about this movie, but it has Viola Davis in it. And if you know me, you know I absolutely love Viola Davis. I'll watch anything with her in it. This also has Michelle Rodriguez in it, she's a pretty good actress. I like her. Robert Duvall is in it as well, Colin Farrell. Liam Neeson. So yeah, a really good cast. I want to check this out. I do kind of know what this movie is about. I watched a few reviews on it, and basically it's about these women, their husbands are like these high-end criminals and things like that, and it kind of endangers them and their families and everything. But well, anyway, that's what I got from it. I could be wrong about that premise, but I'm pretty sure that's what this movie is about. But I gotta check it out because it has a really good cast. Thank you so much, Miranda, for sending me these movies. I really do appreciate you thinking of me, and I always send things to her, too. She is a really nice person, very, very sweet. I will leave her channel in the description below. Please check her out if you're not familiar with her channel. So now we're just going to get on to what I got for myself. Most of these came from Makari because I had a lot of credit on Makari, so that's where I've been buying a lot of my movies from. I also got like a couple of these from like Walmart, very cheap. a few from Target during that Target sale. So yeah, let's just get into this. We're gonna start with Flubber. I picked this up from Walmart for $5. It doesn't have a Blu-ray release, unfortunately. I think that either Disney Movie Club or somebody needs to get on that. Make this into a Blu-ray, please. I liked this movie a whole lot more when I was younger. I recently tried to rewatch it and I fell asleep. I'm gonna have to give it another go. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty silly, it's pretty stupid, but it's Robin Williams, and he is a legend, and sadly missed. So, Flubber. I found this Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs DVD release on Makari. Picked it up. It was very cheap. Didn't cost me anything. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to go crazy and buy a whole bunch of Snow White stuff, but that doesn't look like that's going to be hold true, because near the end you're going to find out why. I got a whole bunch of Snow White shit. But yeah, I guess I am going to become a crazy Snow White collector. But yeah, I think this was the first DVD release of Snow White. I could be wrong about that, but I think this was the first. But yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, never been opened, DVD. And I picked up Turning Red. This is the Target exclusive digipack that comes with the 4K Amaray. Now, I hated this movie. Well, I wouldn't say hated. I didn't like it at all. This movie is not good. I actually wasn't even going to grab this for the collection. The only reason why I grabbed it was because the exclusive digipack was a part of the Target deal, and I really couldn't pass up a digipack for less than $10. So I just went ahead and got it. My niece does like it though, so if anything, I got it for her to watch whenever she wanted to watch it. But yeah, I don't know. This movie just wasn't all that appealing to me. I did not find it, fascinating or anything. It's just about a girl going through puberty, and while she's going through puberty, she turns into a giant panda skunk. I mean, that's basically it. And the whole premise of the movie is that she really, really wants to go see a band. And that's pretty much the hook of the movie, her trying to go to see a band. And I was just like, that's not very exciting. So this movie was just really boring to me. There's just so many better movies about this topic, about children, particularly girls for some reason, going through puberty. Like, Ginger Snaps is about a girl going through puberty. However, that movie had the hook of her being attacked by a fucking werewolf and turning into a werewolf and killing her neighbors. I mean, like, there was more to it than that. But this, it's just about a girl who wants to see a band and her parents aren't letting her go. And in the process, she turns into a giant fluffy skunk. And yes, red pandas are related to skunks. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Like, is it supposed to be saying that she's stinky? I have no idea. It's weird. But yeah, red pandas are related to skunks and raccoons. They're not bears. I don't know. It was a weird choice. Other than red pandas are extremely cute. But yeah, I don't know. This movie, it wasn't for me at all. I don't know. But $10 for a digipack, I couldn't say no to that. And also, I mean, the art is really nice. I have to give it the artwork. I mean, it does have very beautiful artwork. So if anything, it's going to be a nice thing to look at in the collection. Now this is sort of an upgrade, but also not really an upgrade because I already had these movies. But Lord of the Rings trilogy in this beautiful golden box set. This comes with all of the extended editions of the movies, which I've never seen. Now, I do love Lord of the Rings. It's more than likely my favorite fantasy series ever. Movies, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I mean, I was lucky to find this on Makari for very cheap to replace, the slim trilogy pack that I had that weren't the extended, they were just the theatrical. But yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and have a Lord of the Rings marathon where I actually watch the extended edition. I've heard the extended editions are better. So yeah, but I'm really, really happy to have this in my collection. It's really cool, it's huge, but it looks like a book, and I really do like this. I also got this from Makari for very cheap. Very surprisingly, I found this cheap. This goes for quite a bit of money for the Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb digibook. Yeah, this was very cheap. It was only like 10 bucks on Makari, and man, I have a lot of like money on Makari, so like I said, this didn't come out of my pocket at all because I also sell on Makari. But yeah, I picked this up just because I've never seen it and I've been told I have to. So, picked it up, haven't seen it yet, but we'll get to it here shortly. But it was really cool to find a digibook. Digibook is my favorite format. Okay, so I have this baby store by my house. It's called Once Upon a Child. I go in there occasionally because they do have a movie section in the store. Now, it's kind of like a secondhand store, so all these movies have been used. But I found this Big Hero 6 in the store. It was opened and everything, but I looked at no scratches on the DVD or the Blu-ray. It was in really good condition with slipcover, and it was only $6. So I was like, why not? I don't have this movie. I didn't love this movie, but it was pretty good. So I decided to pick it up. Now, this movie I wasn't going to buy at all. I'm not interested in even watching this, really. I just picked it up because the 4K slipcover is really freaking cool. That's it. That's the only reason why I picked this up. And you know what? I think that a lot of movie companies are starting to understand that collectors will buy movies if the casing looks cool. So, you know what? Prepare for like a whole lot of shitty movies with really cool casings like this. Because that's how they're gonna get us. And that's how they're gonna make their money back. But yeah, Morbius. Not interested in seeing this, but that is a pretty cool lenticular slipcover with Morbius turning into his vampire self. This movie I really wish that I got on 4K, but I could not find it anywhere on 4K. I went to like so many stores looking for this movie on 4K. Everywhere was sold out. So I just went ahead and bought the Blu-ray because I didn't feel like ordering it offline. And it is The Northman. I missed this movie in theaters, but I wanted to see it so bad. Like I said, I couldn't even wait to order a 4K. I just had to grab the Blu-ray. And this movie is really good. It is really good. However, I can understand why a lot of people don't like it. I've heard some mixed reviews of people not liking this movie, and I get it. I completely understand why a lot of people don't like this movie, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty unique. You know, we don't get a whole lot of movies like this anymore. We need more movies like this nowadays. We get so much crap filtered to us by frickin' Hollywood that a movie like this was an extreme freaking relief for me. And I mean, I absolutely love this movie. And yeah, it's based on a Nordic legend that actually inspired Hamlet. So if you watch this movie, you're going to get a lot of Hamlet vibes because William Shakespeare actually got the idea from Hamlet from this legend. And this movie was pretty accurate to the Nordic legend, which is what I appreciated about it. But yeah, like I said, I can understand why a lot of people don't like it. But this is really good, and if you like mythology and things like that, this is something you should check out. Okay, these I didn't put on my Instagram account for some reason. I think I just forgot about them. But yeah, I found these at a Goodwill for like $2 each, and I picked up Vikings Season 2 with the slipcover. I've never seen Vikings, but I was told, there's glare, but I was told that I need to watch this. Unfortunately, I couldn't find season 1 at the thrift store, so I'm gonna have to get season 1 and then the rest of the seasons. But yeah, I found this, only $2. I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to pick it up. Season 2 of Vikings. And I also found season 3 of Vikings at the Goodwill too. Yeah, so yeah, I have to pick up season 1 and then pick up the rest of the seasons, but then I'll eventually get into this. I heard that this is a really good show. Okay, that's it for my movies. Now, let's get into all the Snow White shit I grabbed. Now, a majority of this came from Makari, and I got this Snow White book, where my side of the story was Snow White. So basically, you're just reading Snow White's side of the story, and it's pretty accurate to like the Disney story. But then when you flip it over, you get my side of the story with the evil queen, in which, of course, in the evil queen's mind, she was a great mother and everything, and Snow White was just an ungrateful, you know, little bitch. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. My niece read through it. She thought it was neat. But yeah, I thought it would be a cool thing to add to the Snow White collection. Another Snow White book I picked up, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. This one has a few stains on it, but this book is old. I think this book, if I remember correctly from the dating, this was a 1970s release. Yeah, 1973 was when it came out. So it's pretty old, but yeah, that's pretty neat. It's like a little book. It's basically just the movie. I found this at Five Below, because I have a Five Below by the mall near my home. And yeah, I found like a little Snow White figure. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's Snow White. So this I picked up from Makari. I just went ahead and bought the clamshell for Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. This was the first VHS release of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Like I said, yes, I guess I am going crazy and buying the clamshells and everything I can find. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I had this edition when I was young, so it's nice to have it again. And it's in pretty good condition. I mean, whoever had it, I mean, it's opened, but they said it was never used. So it comes with all of the cool paper stuff and everything. Yeah, so I got that edition of the VHS, and then I picked up the Platinum edition of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves with... So this was the second VHS release, I think. Also, he said it's never been used. Opened, but never used. But yeah, the other VHS clamshell of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This was pretty cool. And this I picked up from a seller on Instagram. For some reason, his name is escaping me, but he goes on a lot of hunts with Cinema Sickness. But yeah, he ended up picking this up in one of the videos, and Movie Edge kind of talked me into getting it. Like, because I knew he picked it up. I just wasn't really gonna consider buying it. But I'm kind of glad that I did. I mean, it's a pretty cool lenticular cup, and it is actually licensed from Disneyland. It is a Disneyland cup. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Cool to have in the collection. But yeah, I wish I could remember his name at the moment, but I'm terrible with names. Alright everyone, so that's everything that I picked up in June 2022. Now, I have quite a few digital codes to be giving away. Now, if you'd like to enter for a digital code, all you have to do is be a subscriber on my channel, go follow me on Instagram, find the thumbnail for this video, and ask to enter there. Alright, so I have a code for Morbius, Turning Red, The Northman, Widows, The Mustang, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Although this is an older code, so there is a chance it might not work, but this is for the extended editions of Lord of the Rings. So if you're interested, ask to enter. It may work for you. Alright everyone, I hope you liked this video. Please give me a like, comment below. I love comments. I will always reply to comments. And have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Take care.